identidad que nos va a sacar de este hueco se llaman los negros americanos.
100%.
African American community is the only community that has the power in this country to change anything. They are the only one with the experience of civil matter. They are the only one que tenían el esclavo ahí mismitico. They are the only one that are not going to get deported anywhere, and you cannot put them all in jail. So African American community, which is the community that is stepped on by Cubans, the most are the only ones that are going to save the Latinos. And I clap for the African American community that has not come out because it is not. I do. We didn't.
I get it. I get it. But I don't.
Me and you support, but in masses, we didn't support anything that was going with them. Latinos look at Cubans specifically. I'm not gonna talk about any other community because I'm not part of that community, even though I'm a Latina with them. Cubans talk about African Americans.
It's true.
Cubans did not support African Americans. Cubans think that they all victimize themselves, that of this, all of that. African Americans are the only ones that are going to save your asses, Latino. So you better start kissing. If you're going to kiss some ass in this country, you better kiss some black.
Yo, what up, my people? It's your boy, Radical, coming at you with another video. Now, the one that you just saw, the clip that you just saw was from this podcaster named Angelina Castro. I believe she's in, I don't know if she's in Florida or not, but I'm going to assume, based on the conversation and based on the video, that, you know, she's a Cuban podcaster and she's giving her points of views on why the majority of Black Americans aren't really messing with this whole, you know, immigration protest. Now, again, I want to just reiterate, I talked about this a while already, and I already said my opinions, but she pretty much circumferences everything that I've been saying for the last couple of years. And actually, since I started my channel and my podcast, she's pretty much saying what I've been saying from the beginning. Latinos have this thing that we can do this all by ourselves, that we don't need no help. We good. You know, we're hard workers and all that other stuff. If nobody helped me come to this country, then nobody's going to help me. Listen, historically speaking, Black Americans were the first to feel the wrath of white supremacy, you know, the white folks here in America. Not talking about nowhere else. I'm talking about here in America, though. They were the first ones to experience that. And they didn't go out to these slavery plantations talking about, hey, you want to sign a petition to stop whipping my ass? You know what I'm saying? They weren't the first ones to do that. They obviously didn't do that, but they're the first ones to know what it is about and know what it means to fight, get your point across, and actually have actionable power, be effective for change. They know this. And every time history keeps on repeating itself, they keep on showing off on how effective they are. Black Americans are very effective. Very effective. Yeah, there are a lot of trials and tribulations historically put on Black Americans, and they've always come on top. They always found a way to be resilient and all that. So shout out to them. Thing is, Latinos, we haven't really done that in mass, especially here in America. I mean, not talking about home country, not talking about the riders that we got back home. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about here in America. Latinos have come together and fought against racism, and Black people did help us out. I'm going to say historically, one that just pops to mind. I probably could research a little bit more, but one that pops to mind is the Zoot Zoot riots. Was a couple of racist sailors targeting Mexicans and Black Americans, and Black American sailors joined the Mexican fight and helped, you know, them racist people, you know, leave us alone. That's probably one example. There's probably more, but there's one example I could probably put up. But that's when we come together, we're like, yo, enough is enough. You know what I'm saying? We actually start doing our thing. And then I'm going to say is the other time when actually California turned from red to blue, believe it or not, was I believe in around the 90s or something like that, where they were trying to actually pass this 187 law of anti-immigration. California tried to pass this anti-immigration. It was called 187. I actually made a whole video on that on my podcast. Go check it out. Funny thing is, the whole thing started by one guy getting screwed over by a bunch of like Australian, not Australian, I think was it Albanian immigrants, and it turned and it morphed into anti Latino immigrant type of. It's really weird, but anyway, that was historically that from. I could probably there's probably more examples, but right now I'm just coming out of my top of my head. Historically, that was the other time that they turned California from red to blue was during that protest. The law passed, but guess what? It never went by. It never passed the I think was it the it passed a vote, but never passed the House of Representatives or whatever the case is. Even a couple of judges, due to the protests, even started. They actually, sued and stopped the bill from even going anywhere. It never went past the voting, but that was us Latinos showing our power. Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of Latinos came out, but now this is the thing. Everything that happens to black folks happens to Latinos as well. Ahmaud Arbery, black American individual, went into an abandoned house. He just was checking it out like everybody does. They thought a couple of people thought he robbed something. They chased him, shot him, boom. Y'all know that name, right? You know why? Black Americans got fed up and started protesting, and it had the same effect that, okay, now this is in the common consciousness of everything. Did you guys know that's the same thing happened to a Latino? Y'all don't know his name though, right? Exactly. Because we don't go out and protest, or we don't go out and have our voices heard. And when we do, it's extremely small. Extremely small. Especially when it comes to the media, let's be honest, the media has a lot to do with it. They like that black and versus white type of thing. But anyway, George Floyd, y'all know that name, right? Cop, I don't even have to say it. Cop laid down, neck, died, right? Same thing happened to a Mexican in California. Same exact thing. Thing is, y'all don't know his name. I believe, for what I can remember, I even made a video about it. Same as George something or whatever the case is. Heavyset Mexican dude. Same thing. Y'all don't know that name. Another incident that happened. Eric Garner got choked out by police and all that other stuff. Y'all know that name. Why? Black Americans. And the same thing happened to a Latino up in Florida. Y'all don't know that name. It was a Cuban dude. Y'all don't know that name, right? My point is, Black Americans know how to get their voices heard. Black Americans know what it is to fight. We don't. And again, we shouldn't be asking for their help. Like, I'm going to be honest, we shouldn't, because this is our fight. And we got to learn how to take losses and how to take wins. We got to learn how to take L's and W's. You feel me? So right now, we shouldn't be even asking for help from or allies from nothing until we get our stuff together. Now, when she was talking about we got to kiss black, I don't agree with that. I think she got just a little emotional when it comes to that. Whatever, it is what it is. We shouldn't be kissing nobody's butt. You know what I'm saying? Nobody, like, we shouldn't be doing that. But my main point is that I've been saying this from the beginning. I've been saying this from the beginning, and a bunch of Latinos calling me all type of names, sell out this, sell out that, and all that other stuff. But listen, I'm having a point. I had a point. You feel me? Now, this is another thing about black and brown unity that I do support. In a mass, in a collective mass, it's non-existent as of now. It's non-existent. It's actually dwindling. It's somewhat dead, people would say. But as an individual type of thing, that joint is pretty active. I see a lot of individuals who are Latinos hooking up with black folks and vice versa. Black folks hooking up with Latinos, and it's both, and mutually it's done respectfully. It's done respectfully. And that's the thing. I think right now, the Latino community is so fragmented. We don't get along with each other. We be going at each other about the dumbest things. Even the people back home be making fun of us, calling us gringos and stuff because we were born here and all that. We are too fragmented to even unite with any other group. Any group that we unite with in the mass, we're probably going to mess it up. We're probably going to be worse for wear. You know what I'm saying? We're going to do more damage than anything else. So with that being said, collectively, no. Individually, I think we got a chance. And we're showing that happen. You feel me? We're showing that happen. Now, I don't want to go with the whole during BLM, Latinos helped you out. I don't want to go through that because at the end of the day, the whole BLM thing was a racket from the beginning. Black Americans weren't even. That's not even a Black American thing. Let's just keep it at 1,000. That's literally a money laundering scheme. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm trying to get at is, if you're a Latino and you feel slighted by certain black folks, you gotta look within and be like, wait a minute, hold up. What have I done or my people have done to put us in a trick bag? And it's not voting for Trump. We gotta keep it honest. Has nothing to do that Trump did sign and it's making this effect, but it has nothing to do with Trump. You cannot tell me that you really care about your status as an immigrant when you've been living here for 30-something years and you got 2 kids already and they're past 18, they could have got you your papers a long time ago. Stop it. Don't tell me that you care about your status now when you've been here 60-something years and you don't know what lick of English, can't even defend yourself, and you literally could go to immigration and pass, and don't even, you just got to take your photo because you're elderly, and they don't even let you take the test and you get your citizenship. Come on now, let's keep it real. Even if you cross illegally, there's a you know, I think a certain time they don't even consider it a crime anymore. You know what I'm saying? But that's my thing. We got to look within. What have we done collectively? And I'm not talking about the racism because there's racists all everywhere. Latinos are racist. Black people are racist. Asians are racist. Whites are racist. Everybody's racist. Like, I'm not even going to talk about that. I'm talking about what have we done within to have this effect? What have we done within to have not that much support because we don't go out. We don't show out. You feel me? We don't show out. Now, it's another time that we're showing out like crazy. But you know, when another time that we should have shown out? When homeboy in New Mexico went into that Walmart and started blasting a bunch of Mexicans away because he didn't like he didn't like immigration. That's when we should have done another mass protest, but we didn't. Nothing was moving. Nothing was moving. So that's what I'm saying. We gotta look within. Okay, historically, most of the time we set certain things out, which we shouldn't. But it is what it is. But this is something that we have to learn. Hopefully, we're learning now that whenever it happens to one group, guess what? That same vitriol that same evilness will bounce to any other group that it could get affected. But once you know that in this country you don't have power, you could get affected by anything. They literally will find anything to affect you. You feel me? Literally anything. But it is what it is. Tell me what you think. You guys agree? Disagree? And all that? I'm gonna catch you later. Peace.